I rank where the view is nothing less than phenomenal. For how I express and project from my abdominal. The only view better, both my daddy and my mama know. No living parents, my sons give me balance. My wife is my serenity, this mic is my identity. The world is foul enough, that's why I write without obscenities. Provoking danger with broken language and spoken anguish. Begging to get hurt, why would you ask to go through changes? Yes, Lord, life's a chessboard, master the angles. Control the tempo, be the one who holds the info. Acknowledge is just as deadly as machete swings. When spoken, the truth is as potent as that Medellin. While others swear the style is free, I just let it ring. Our time is undervalued, soldiers make us better kings. My family's on my shoulder, reaching after better things. Today I take the shot, for them I'd rather set the screen.
My mama told me follow my dreams. My daddy told me get it by any means. Stand tall, make them bow to a king. But I've evolved, you can see the result. Look in my eyes when you speaking to God.
Life and for those who we caught up in using what I was scarred with the muse. I guess they call it proving I'm more than an artist. Penciling out my darkest while stenciling out a harvest. And storing what gets me from A to B, just like garages. Instrumental with collages. Envision what I've been drawing. Broadway to give you rhythm like the great Lena Horne. So bent on, found comfort in the storm. Find peace and on when you see them others perform. Organized chaos, I'll cast it like hey ya.
Yo, party people in the place to be. What's good? It's the number one Chief Rocket Knicks Universal main man, Uncle Freezy, and welcome to the premier Knicks in the Morning Time show, the Knicks Morning Drive. What's good, everybody? What's good, everyone? What's good? It's good to see you. Good to be with you. Y'all want this party started right. Y'all want this party started quickly. Right? What's good, everybody? Good mornings, good mornings, good mornings, good mornings, good morning. Good morning. Good morning, everybody. How y'all doing out there? How y'all doing out there? Eddie, what's good, man? Jay Singh in the building. Andios, salute. Salute, salute, salute. Man, it's good to see y'all, man. Good to be with y'all. Man. Okay, let's get this week started off on the right track. What's good, everybody? Oh, snap. I got to pass something to Miss Smoker real quick. Oh, I ain't seen this mug in a long time. I feel like Thor. Can I give this to you? Can I get that to you? All right. Ms. Mocha bought me a mug of coffee. Feel like a Viking. Salute, everybody. Salute. Salute, y'all. Man, so it's end of July, and maybe our Knicks news is centered around what happens at the beginning of July. Maybe. Maybe our Knicks news centers around what happens there we are. Maybe our Knicks news centers around what happens at the beginning of August. I'm sorry. I don't want to be a rumor mongerer, but do you guys feel like there's a special trade or something out there happening with the Knicks? Miguel P in the building. Yeah, where's my air horn? When I say Miguel P is in the building, something is supposed to happen. Something is supposed to happen. Miguel P is in the building. There we go. That's more like it. That's more like it. Wow, my man. Where is while I wait on a few people to show up and everything before we get rocking about this trade that I think is on the way, I'm gonna play a joint by my man Jay Buggy. It's new. It's called the KOAT. This is that new Jay Buggy.
I said, don't it sound so beautiful? Don't it sound so beautiful? Let me touch your soul. It's the coat, baby. I'm the coat.
Madison Square Garden, we got garden dreams. I'm the coat that means Knicks over all teams. A lot of teams behind the wheel this year, they getting slumped. Miss Maryland already told me put them in the trunk. The city look like a movie called It Can't Touch Us. Don't you wish you had a Tony loading up the buses? The road squad, the travel squad, the Knicks squad. That floor seat with Fat Joe, that's a terror squad. Woo. The Nick Jers with the Tim boots. The headband, tell them that the dude's loose. This goes out to all the real loyal Nick fans. The pain felt before JR was the sixth man. The LJ go-to part the headband. The game winner, the smoothest, Allen Houston. They say I give a sermon like a church man. I need my money like James, let my dough land. The 4-7 broke Bernard means I'm on fire. The same day, Candace announced she retired.
Still hate.
My flow just stay tighter. I'm Fred Katz on beats, the Knicks staff writer. On game nights, New York City with the bright lights. My energy, Josh Hart, I got the mic and ice. It's only right that I give thanks. When it come to these Knick bars, I'm Lloyd Banks. I give a take on your partners for the uplift. And tell Kenny don't be switching out the handkerchiefs. Over here, we really got them garden dreams. I'm the coat that means Knicks over all teams. Knicks over all teams. I said Knicks over all teams. Recognize, I'm the coat, motherfucker.
That's that Jay Boogie, the KOAT. Salute to Jay Boogie. My brother, he probably is somewhere super busy, super duper busy, grinding away. Bronx Cakes for Life is in the building. Salute. As much as I am content with what the roster looks like right now, everybody, there is an overwhelming majority of you guys, and I'm not afraid to admit I'm in the small minority, but you guys have spoken, and I listen. It seems like I don't listen. I listen, right? I listen. I do, right? But for that, I don't know if I was able to formulate a feeling about thinking the Knicks have another major trade on the way. And at times I went along, and I go along with, like, if they do a major trade, hey man, listen, get me Mark Williams, right? I like Mark Williams. And I like Walker Kessler. Right. I don't know if the Knicks are gonna pull off a Jalen Duren type trade. I think that may be asking a lot. But the closer we get to this August 5th, August 6th thing, the more I am open to having a conversation about maybe something is there. Where there's smoke, there's fire. For instance, do the Knicks engage in the Lauri Markkanen sweepstakes? And I know that's the most random of all thoughts, but do we? do the Knicks get involved in the Lauri Markkanen sweep? I should have asked. And oh shoot, I left my phone. I left my phone in the room, y'all. I was gonna hit up Fritz Alcindor to see if this is a realistic, if that is a realistic thing. Is that a realistic thing? Chat, y'all help me out with that. King Ribby is in the building. I need an air horn. Hold on. I need an air horn so that when I say somebody is in the building, that was awkward. It went off. I hit the button and it didn't go off, and then you want to be on screen? It don't work. Oh, you want to? Oh, she want to come up behind. She want to walk behind me. Everybody, we might finally get home. And now Benny needs to go outside, everybody. So that's what our life is like here. Like, so we have a doggy that feels like he deserves all the attention. So King Ribby is in the building. Salute my guy, King Ribby. It's raining where we are. Mo already said that like 5 times. It's raining, it's raining, it's raining. So that's my question for you guys. Like, do y'all feel as if the Knicks have a major trade coming? And if they do, is it a major trade or is it like a minor trade that was highly anticipated? Because those are two separate things. Like, is it Walker Kessler and it seems major because we've just been waiting a long time? That's what I feel like it might be. Like a Walker Kessler type trade. But since we've been waiting for a long time, it seems like a major trade. Just Knicks is in the building. I want to explore a little something. I generally don't do the trade mongering thing or anything like that. I generally talk to you about things that are tangible. But let's do it. King Ruby says, team, no sleep. Bim. Did Ainge rebuff the Warriors package for Markkanen? Yes. Yes, he did. Yes, he did. Here's our thing, right? If the Knicks do, let me get in front of this camera. If the Knicks get into the Lauri Markkanen sweepstakes, do they have enough attractable assets? Absolutely. So the Knicks may not have a Podziemski or a Kuminga. They have something even better. The Knicks have something even better. The Knicks have young, moldable pieces that can develop in the Golden State system. By now, we already know what Moses Moody is. Moses Moody is a young player that's probably best served right now, and I'm not saying his future, but right now, Moses Moody is a bench guard that can score a little bit. Jonathan Kuminga is a lottery pick that flashes all-star potential, but he flashes it. It's not consistent. What the Knicks have, Danny Landis is in the building. So what do the Knicks have that's so much better than what Golden State has? Well, the Knicks have cheap assets. The Knicks have cheap assets and Pakame Dadier, who I love, by the way. So y'all know off rip, for the mere fact that I'm mentioning this, absolutely lets you know this is just fantasy discussion. Because I love Dadier, and I really, 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 really like. With Tyler Kolek, I'm as close to love as you can get, but liking. I like Tyler Kolek so much, I'm almost at the love stage. Almost at the love stage with Tyler Kolek. Bodega Wi-Fi is in the building. Salute. Salute. Bodega says salute to the Lawrence Hills family, himself included. Oh shit, Bodega! I redid the thing, and I didn't even put Bodega Wi-Fi on there. I gotta redo that. Yeah, hey y'all, forgive me, man. Yo, for some, I forgot a couple of people, man. And the more I was trying to remember, the more it was a struggle for me to remember. You know how it is, like the more you jog your memory, the more your memory needs jogging. So if you were omitted, hey, don't look, just charge it to the mind and not to the heart. Rich boy in the building. Salute. I know this may seem like fantasy, right? I know it may seem like fantasy, but I don't want to count this front office out. I don't want to count out this front office. What is Lauri Markkanen's salary? In case we have to do a salary match, how much does Lauri Markkanen make? All right, Lauri Markkanen salary. Oh, oh my, oh my, oh my. Oh my. I'm going to flash this on the screen, everybody. Lauri Markkanen's salary right now, 16.867727. That is absolutely a number that could be traded for by the Knicks. That is absolutely a number that could be traded for by the Knicks. I need some help figuring this number out. So I'm going to call I'm gonna absolutely call. I'm gonna call an expert if this thing works. Yeah, bear with me, everybody. I'm gonna call an expert. And I'm using the X app to place the call. So I know sometimes it surprises people when they see the X app ring on their phone. So I'm gonna call in the expert to ask this difficult question. Hello. Oh, here he is. Everybody, look. Hey, everybody, show some love to Fritz Alcindor Jr. What's up? Hey, good morning. Good morning. So I'm doing the show right now, and I had a question, and I felt like I couldn't hold it. So I'm. You don't mind if I just ask you a question? I got the people right here. Just, is there a world where the Knicks can trade for Lauri Markkanen, seeing his salary is $16,867,727? Is there a world where that can happen? Financially, it's possible. That was my question. Okay. So the realistically part, I already have a thing put together on how it worked, how I think it could work. The financial part, but would you mind explaining what a trade like that would look like if you have a few seconds? I know I'm catching you off guard, and I'm sorry, but we consider you a resource. So
as long as we send out more than we receive.
okay. Okay.
The Knicks can use more than one player. We're still not in the first apron.
Okay.
We can send out more than one player.
Okay. So is this a scenario where we can use the Precious Achua secret chip that people think we've been holding on to?
Yeah, it could be part of it. It can't be the whole. If it's 16 something, it can't be the whole thing, but it could be like up to 13.7. We should get it.
Okay. Because in no world, is any team going to offer Precious Achua $17 million a year, right? Just in general. And I know you said the 13 number, but I don't know if there's a world where a team is even going to offer him 13 million a year, right? But here's the thing. So you're saying as long as we offer more than we take in, we can do multiple players.
Yeah, we can do multiple players right now. Yeah.
And so in theory, we could do Precious and all of our draft picks, Pacom Dadier, Tyler Kolek, maybe and maybe Deuce McBride, right?
Yeah, you can do
that. Okay. All right. Everybody, y'all heard it here, man. That's Fritz Alcindor Jr. NBA Economy show on YouTube. Man, y'all check him out. Hey, Fritz, thank you, man. Appreciate it, man. All right, boss. So everybody, that was Fritz Alcindor, and what he said was the Knicks could absolutely, in some world, financially do a Lauri Markkanen trade. And I heard these guys mention before. That the Knicks were looking for somebody in that salary range to do a big trade. Why would the Knicks do this trade, though? Why would the Knicks do this trade? I'm not sure, but I think it's interesting to talk about the possibility. Miguel P says, "How would you feel if Leon trades Mitch, Kolek, Dadier, our protected from Detroit and Washington 2 first-round pick swaps, and a gaggle upset. Hey, man. I'm a fan of Lauri Markkanen's skill set. Let me be clear. I'm a fan of Lauri Markkanen's skill set. I think his skill set offensively would be akin to what Porzingis offers Boston. In my mind, that's what I think it is. I think his skill set offensively is akin to what Porzingis offers Boston. As a matter of fact, I think the matchup of Lauri Markkanen versus Porzingis in the Eastern Conference Finals, I'm almost tempted to say I think Lauri Markkanen wins that matchup. For a couple of reasons. Because, first of all, they're around the same age. So it's not like Porzingis is 32 and Markkanen is the up-and-comer at 25. Nah, I think they're around the same age. Right? So let me make that clear. I think they're around Markkanen may be older. Markkanen just turned 27. Markkanen just turned 27 on May 22nd. And Kristaps is 28. He'll turn 29 on August 2nd. So there's like a 2-year gap. So it's not a major gap. It's like a 2-year gap. And Andio says Lauri is a dog. And maybe is that the trade that the Knicks have been working on? Is that the trade the Knicks have been working on? Secretly, of course. And respectfully to the Knicks organization, I honestly don't feel as if the Knicks need to add anything. But if we're having the conversation about adding something, then why not have this conversation? If you're gonna go in, why not go all in? Is what I'm saying. If you're gonna go in, why not go all in? King Ribby says, if that's it, I thought Lauri Markkanen was making about $24 million. I'm not going to lie to you. That's why I never even considered a Lauri Markkanen trade. But Lauri Markkanen is making less than $17 million. And honestly, Lauri Markkanen fits that exact age of the guys that we have in place. That 26 to 28 year age range. Because if you're gonna go in, why not go all in, right? If you're gonna go in, why not go all in? If you're gonna go over the cap to sign Randall and Mikal Bridges to long-term extensions, why? I don't know if it's feasible. I don't know if you can have that many extension type guys on one roster. I don't know if the CBA allows it. Maybe I can ask Fritz Alcindor. No, I'm not gonna. I ain't gonna bother Fritz. I'll let. I'll let Fritz do that. Do his thing. Chat. What do y'all think? What are y'all thinking? You heard the rumor that the Knicks may be looking for a guy in that $17 million range, right? Y'all heard that, right? I think we all have. I think we all have. I think we all have heard that rumor. I think we all have heard that rumor that the Knicks are looking for a guy in that price range. Man. And if this is the guy, why not do it? This thing has got me excited now, man. He fits all the stuff, all the things that we're looking for. Spread the floor, right age. He fits everything that we're looking for. Shoots the three, can score. Can Tibbs turn him into a defender? Man, spreading the floor with this guy would be incredible. Spreading the floor would be incredible with this guy. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness, y'all. I don't know why I got really, really super excited just by saying Lauri Markkanen's name, but I did. Just the mention of Lauri Markkanen's name and knowing that he could be acquired. He is in that range of guys that we can acquire. The money allows us to acquire a guy like this. And I had to call an expert because in terms of the calculator gymnastics, I don't fully understand it. And I read it, but it's just boring to me. I don't care. Right? I'm not one of those guys that really cares about the calculator gymnastics. That's not my thing. My thing is basketball. So I leave it to the experts. BW in the building. Mosley, what's good, man? Drip Mall's in the building. What's good? Bodega says Randall would average 8 assists if we traded for Lauri. Bro, I ain't even gonna hold you, bro. Just the thought of an offense with Brunson and Lauri and Randall. Just the thought of it. Just the thought of it is intriguing. Just the thought of it. What would a trade like that look like? Let me spell his name right. Let me see. Go to Google. All right. All right. All right. Let me update that. Bim. Okay. All right. So I just updated some stuff, everybody. So I just updated the thumbnail and all of that. So Johnny Davis is in the building. Salute. Tom Battle, what's good, man? Hey, Khan is in the building. Salute. Big Buddy in the building. Yeah, the way I said we had, I agree. I agree with you. I agree. So the thing is, I'm not trade mongering, right? I'm not trade mongering, right? Like if nothing else happens, I'm good. Right? If no other thing happens, I'm okay. Right? If no other thing happens, like if the Knicks don't go out and trade for another soul, I'm okay. If the Knicks don't trade for another soul, I'm okay. But I'm asking the question, like, I heard all the rumors on the internet. The Knicks are looking to trade for a center. The Knicks are looking for somebody in that $18 million range and all of that stuff to trade for all of that. So I hear it. Y'all hear it also. Tom from Huntington is in the building. Salute. I hear all the stuff that you guys hear for the most part. Sometimes you guys bring it to me before I see it on the internet. Right? Sometimes you guys bring it to me. Right? So I get it. But man, if you can imagine a world where we keep Mitch and add Lauri Markkanen? Sherwin is in the building. Salute to the businessman. Sherwin is up and at 'em early on a Monday morning. Salute to my guy, Sherwin, the businessman. Salute. Salute, Sherwin. What's good, man? Salute. So, Sherwin, we're in the doldrums of the Knicks offseason, right? We're in the doldrums of the Knicks offseason. And we're just going through some things like patching all the rumors together. Todd Battle in the building. And Todd says, I think we have a better chance of getting Clint Capella. And so the thing is with Clint Capella is why? I understand it. I understand the premise of the comment. I understand the comment. My question though is why? Is it just so that you can have healthy guys at healthy minutes at center? Or at this stage of the game, are you looking to add a difference maker at center? For instance, if you liked Hartenstein, then you're going to love Lauri Markkanen. Sherwin says, I ignore all that nonsense. I know what our cap is. Yeah, I just called our one of the Knicks universe capologists. I just spoke with Fritz Alcindor on the telephone and asked him about the cap situation and he explained it. Still Knicks is in the building. Still Knicks says, what's good, Knicks family? Salute to the chat. Salute. Good mornings. The Smoking Nick says he is not better than Randall, Lauri Markkanen. Yeah, no, we not. No, Smoke. We not even trying to. We're not trying to have that conversation. Is he better than Randall? We're looking at trying to. The conversation is just adding him to a team that already has Randall. Adding him to a team that already has Randall. That's the conversation. Not that we're trying to move Randall or Brunson or anybody. Yeah, that's not the conversation. The conversation was who are the Knicks looking for in that $18 million space? And then I searched the internet, of course, to see, because I was thinking, y'all remember when I said, listen, man, the Knicks called about De'Aaron Fox and Tyrese Halliburton was available the entire time and we didn't even ask? Right? And so with that premise, how do you call Utah about Walker Kessler and then not even ask about Lauri Markkanen? Right? You definitely wouldn't get Lauri Markkanen in here to replace Randall. That defeats the purpose of even going to get Lauri Markkanen. Right? That defeats that purpose. Lauri Markkanen at center wins the day. Just like any Carl Anthony Towns thing that you mentioned is Cat at center, not Cat at power forward. And Tom Battle says Tibbs like a big man who defends and protect the rim. And my argument for any addition is this. And not to be different. I'm not trying to just say stuff just to be on the opposite side of y'all comments, but Tom Thibodeau likes winning. People say Tibbs likes defense. Tibbs loves defense. Tibbs loves rim protection. Tibbs love hustling guys that on the wing that can. I'll venture to say I'll venture this. I'll offer this. I think Tom Thibodeau's first passion, above all, is winning. Tom Thibodeau's number one passion, Thomas J. Thibodeau's first passion is winning. Right? Tibbs has been a coach in the league since 1992. And he's never won a championship on his own. And so him being in the league since 92-ish doesn't mean he's been the lead guy. He's just a career coach. And you can protect the rim in different ways. Corey Lee in the place to be, went to a Queens, New York university, and since kindergarten, he acquired the knowledge. And after 12th grade, he went straight to the Army or something, whatever rhymes with knowledge. Whatever rhymes with knowledge. Salute to our brother Corey Lee. Going through a little something, man. You know what I'm saying? You in all our hearts and minds, man. I hope you're having a good morning. Salute to the greatest borough that God ever created. Queens, New York is in the building. Hey, I saw Tom Battle comment. I saw Tom comment again. Let me see. Tom says it's similar to Donovan Mitchell is a better player than Mikal Bridges, but Mikal is the better fit playing next to Brunson. Hey, Donovan Mitchell is a heck of a player. Sherwin says minutes for players, Miss 25, Randall, OG, Bridges, Brunson, all 34, 160 to 170 minutes for the starters, 25 minutes for Hart and Dante. Where are we getting minutes for a player like Lauri Markkanen? You can start with Mitch's minutes. Right. Let's relax and remember that Lauri Markkanen is a heck of a player. Right? We got to relax. Right? Now I think we may be headed to that place where we start to be champagne sippers. We're so good that what would a star would have to come off the bench and play 6 minutes a game for us. Relax, bro. Sherman, calm down, coach. Calm down, big boy. Calm down, big boy. You already, first of all, as soon as they walk into training camp, Lauri Markkanen is getting the starting center minutes over Mitch. I think the better question is how many minutes is Mitch going to get, right? And can we keep Mitchell Robinson healthy in those minutes? I think that is probably the question. That is the question. how many minutes is Mitchell Robinson going to get, and can we keep him healthy in those minutes? Right? Lauri Markkanen is an all-star. Mitchell Robinson is not even, and Mitch is my guy, and I'm not throwing Mitch under the bus, but we got to relax. I think we got to relax, bro. Darkosaurus Rex is in the building. Darkosaurus Rex is in the building. Yeah. Hey, Darkosaurus Rex. I'm sorry. Darkosaurus Rex. Darkosaurus Rex. I'm sorry. Darkosaurus. Yeah, you're wrong on that one, man. I'm gonna find it and post it because we talked about that already. I'm going to post it on the screen again. All right, so let me see. So his salary is actually $18 million, everybody. So his salary is $18 million. There it is. His salary is basically $18 million. The Still Knicks Fans preview Know the Ledge remix is available. Everybody check that out. Rel is in the building. Salute to Rel, man. I was watching Cuz We Geeked last night. Rel had me so hyped up in his house. Salute to my guy Rel, and We Talk Mavs. Make sure you check out. Make sure y'all check out their Discord server. Make sure you check out their Discord server. I gotta get on the ball. And Rel, I gotta call you too, bro. I gotta call you about this merch stuff. But make sure you check out their Discord server. Their Discord server is up and jumping. Salute to Rel and King Kai and the We Talk Mavs family. Check out their Discord. Check out Cuz We Geeked. Will had me in here, bro. I'm telling you, yo, Will owe me a Sprite. All I'm gonna say is somebody's cousin Will owes Uncle Freezy a Sprite. That's all I'm saying. I ain't starting no trouble. We just having some fun, right? Right? I'm not starting no trouble, right? All I'm saying is somebody's cousin Will owes Uncle Freezy a Sprite. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. And listen, I'm not trying to start. It's not the Hatfield versus the McCoys, right? We're all civil people, right? All I'm saying is somebody that has a cousin named Will should tell said cousin Will that he owes Uncle Freezy a Sprite. That's all I'm saying. And make sure you check out We Talk Mavs on YouTube. That's our guy. So Lauri Markkanen's salary is $18 million. That's it. For those that think financially can we afford Lauri Markkanen, his salary is $18 million. And so that changes all of our conversations. DJ Cash is in the building. DJ Cash lied to us, y'all. DJ Cash was like, yeah, Uncle Freezy, man, I'm going to be coming on, man. I'm going to come hang out with y'all. And and we ain't seen DJ Cash yet. DJ Cash out here winning the Powerball and then going to Bermuda, right? And they need to tell you ain't got cash. We ain't want no money. Cash, we ain't want no bread from you, bro. You know what I'm saying? We just enjoy your company, Cash. That's it. Cash says Lauri will not be traded to the Knicks. We don't need him. The chessboard already set. Carry the hell on. Okay. All right. That may be true. That may be true, young fella, but it is interesting to talk about, though. That may be true. Lauri Markkanen may not end up being a Knick. But I'll tell you this, in this arms race, you better not be short of arms. Cash, in this arms race, you better not be short of arms, bro. That's what I'm saying. Boston, the Celtics made their championship run look mighty easy, right? They made their championship run look mighty easy. Right? Dorkosaurus Rex says, would we do marketing for G? No, I don't know. I don't think that. Yeah, I don't think I don't think trading an existing player. I don't think trading an existing player solves the championship cube, right? For instance, that'll be like if Dallas traded Kyrie for De'Aaron Fox. Like, what does it solve ultimately? Right? What does it solve? If the Dallas Mavericks traded Kyrie Irving for De'Aaron Fox, what does it solve? Nothing, really. Nothing, really. Right? It'll be like Boston trading Jaylen Brown for Anthony Edwards. What does it solve, really? Nothing. They already proved that they can win a championship with Jaylen Brown. Why would they, and not to be dismissive of it. Not to be dismissive of it. I think in an arms race, I think you want to stack arms. You want more talent, more talent, more talent, more talent, more talent. And if you get boxed in, so what? In this CBA, if you get boxed in, so what? And here's the ultimate question. If the Knicks are able to win a championship on this course with James Dolan foot the tax bill, that's the ultimate question is if the Knicks pull this off and win a championship, would James Dolan foot the tax bill for the next 3 or 4 seasons? I don't think it's even a question. Would he foot the tax bill? That's my opinion. But what's yours? Corey Lee says, but freely that this us we have follow our own path. I mean, what I would suggest is who laid out the path and what path is it? Right? Do you watch Boston? Corey Lee gifted one Blorns Tears membership. Yo, I gotta figure that out because there was salute to Corey Lee with the membership. Miguel P. Thank you for the okay. I gotta figure that out, man. I gotta figure that out because I've been trying to do that for King Ribby. And I know it's a shame that I don't know that type of thing, but I don't know everything, man. Just a dude. I'm just trying to figure it out. Dorkosaurus says, you don't get to walk the path that's been laid for you. Sometimes it ain't the best one for you. Yeah. 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 Listen, I could understand. I could understand. Dorkosaurus says Zach Edey. Yep, I could understand. That about the path. I could get it. I understand it. I guess my I think I understand it. I think the thing about the championship window is I understand that all rosters with a bunch of talent don't win championships. I understand that. I understand that. Miguel P says the delay on Achua is proof that something is cooking in Leon's pot. Right. And for that reason, we're having this conversation. Linking multiple things together, sniffing around, reading the tea leaves. Sniffing around, reading the tea leaves. You know, we're a fan base that loves information. Yeah, I just don't want to be outsized against any more opponents. We get Zach Edey. That's the thing of the past. Yeah. No, I understand that. I understand that. Corey Lee in the place to be. What's good? Good morning.
Good morning.
Good mornings.
Hey, look here,
Good morning.
man. I know. Yeah, great
Man,
morning.
You shaved, bro?
Nah. I gotta touch it up. You know what I'm saying? But I ain't walking around here looking like who done that and where I'm at.
You busting here looking like Babyface. I thought you was gonna sing Whip Appeal or something.
Nah, but what I wanted to explain, or my comment and my Twitter fingers wasn't working right, and was listen. Yo, I'm kind of like with TJ Cash. On this, I want to respond to. I supported his comment, and listen, the Celtics did it. They did it their way. They did it how they decided to do it. The coach did a great job. He came up with a great game plan for the entire season, and not only that, but the front office gave him the right personnel. and that's cool. Ain't nobody mad. You know, it happens. Unfortunately, we were hurt. Could we have challenged them to some degree? I think we could have made it tough. But now with the added pieces that we have, and the what I'm saying, the way I think the trajectory of our have we gone where we're going is gonna make it. We're gonna be all right. Now, needless to say, remember? Do you remember? I'm gonna ask you a question, Freezy, and this is a great question. You remember Alan Page's Hall of Fame speech?
You talking about the dude from Jason's Lyric?
No,
The curly head dude from Jason?
no,
That's his
no,
name, right?
no, 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 no. The dude from the Purple People Eaters.
You talking about the dude from the Bears?
No,
Yeah.
no, Minnesota.
Yeah, he played for the Bears.
Oh well, I don't remember
Yeah,
that part.
he was
I
out back
rem,
at the event.
I, rem, I remember him.
He got there in 84, help us install the 46 defense.
DJ, be quiet. I'm sorry. Okay. I sat there and I listened to him when he said he went the path less followed in order to get where he had to get to in his life. And he's an educator, very smart man, very smart man.
Right.
Very respectable man. Listen, what we are doing as Knicks fans, and I mean I'm not Knicks fans, as our front office is doing, is unprecedented. Knicks have to understand that we can't wrap our brains around it because we've seen so many other people do it their way. What we have to understand is that Leon Rose has a plan. Please, Knicks fans, we may not agree. We're going to disagree. Some of us feel like we need superstars, aka Sherwin, not to put you out there because I like you. You know what I'm saying? I really do, and I respect you.
Sherwin. Sherwin, I got.
Yeah, man. Because you know what? We need differences. We need differences of opinion. That's why I say that. You know what I'm saying? We all may not get along, but we are still family. Am I correct? And as I'm going through what I'm going through, I'm learning that more and more every day. But the goal is still the same. To go down 34th Street, watch through the Canyon of Heroes, watch everybody throw confetti. Let's let our front office please do their job. Now we here debating this back and forth every day, and it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? The end goal is to get the championship 2025. So now I digress. Please, you want to say something to my comment? It's cool. You my brother, and we cuss and fuss, and not agree.
So I think the comment that was made is more I think it was split. It's splintered in a sense. Right? Because first nobody said they didn't trust Leon Rose. But at the same time, you're talking about the most rabid sports media market maybe in the world.
Facts.
Right? So when you're talking about a rabid media market, to just tell everybody just to relax and not be invested until such and such time, yeah, I don't know if that's feasible. Right?
It's hard. It's hard.
Yeah, it's like telling. So Sherwin is a New York Giants fan, right? So it's
God
like
bless him.
telling Sherwin not to be excited about Malik Neighbors getting 19 targets a game. Relax, man. Don't worry about that. That's not gonna happen till September. We know he's gonna get 19 targets a game, man. Just chill out, man. Just it's one of them feelings like when we say that to each other, it's like, how you gonna tell me not to be excited? So it's yeah.
All right. I mean, this is just my opinion. And I'm not saying my opinion is the end goal.
Are you going to take a step back and not talk Knicks until the season starts?
Me? No.
Yeah.
I'm gonna talk. I'm gonna offer some of my opinions, but also too though, who's to say my opinion is no more greater than Sherwin's?
No, I'm not talking about the opinions themselves.
But that's what we're discussing though.
No.
Oh, I apologize.
We're discussing the fact that we should be talking about it. Period. Regardless of what you say, it's like from what I gather is sit back and relax and let them work.
That's my point.
Right. And I'm saying as a sports fan, sports is 24/7. It's the reason why 42 people are in the chat right now is because they absolutely want to talk about what's going on.
Okay. And I want to discuss it.
Yeah. And that's it. Now if it's I think Cash is saying that we have enough talent right now that we shouldn't necessarily worry about adding more talent.
Mm-hmm.
Right. And what I'm saying is the talent that we have hasn't been tested. You don't know that it's enough. You feel like it's enough, but you don't know that it's enough.
Facts. But that's what the regular season's for, bro. Because then we can you know what I'm saying? I'm trying to preface this the right way. I don't want to say manipulate, but I think they know that they can add a piece or move a piece to fix what may be broken at the moment. Like the whole center situation, which I heard you talk about earlier. Like, listen, I'm not stressing about that because it's been proven in due time that they'll address what they need to address and fix what needs to be fixed at that moment.
Right. But man, but I don't know if you can agree with DJ Cash because first of all, he probably somewhere in Bermuda,
Facts.
like sipping some.
Nah, he in the DR. He in the DR.
In DR, yeah, he probably in DR on some beach where the water is unnaturally blue looking, like a cartoon type blue. The water's so clear you can see fish on the bottom of the ocean.
Yeah,
and so you can't really go by Cash because Cash is, you know why they call him. You know what they call him, right?
What?
Cash rules everything
around me. Cream.
Yeah,
bro. I'm not sure because I got business to handle. I got business to handle. Unfortunately, you know what I'm saying. But I got business to handle, and I just wanted to take some time to explain my point because I couldn't type it right, and I wanted to get my thoughts across. But it's cool.
Yo, look who in the building. Okay.
Look, yeah, this guy sneaks up on. Look at him sneaking up on everybody.
I thought he was an assistant. I thought he's.
Why you gotta sneak up on me, man?
Yeah, man.
Yo,
I'm trying to
I
smoke a
come on.
Newport in peace.
I
I'm trying to
I
smoke a
want to
Newport in
explain my
peace, and here
point,
he
man.
come.
I want to explain my point. You know what it is? As Knicks fans, we are like battered women, and the management is a good man, and so we don't know how to act, man. Because look at the track record over these past
We got all
4
these kids
years.
out here.
Everything is good, man. I mean, the management has done the right thing for the team. They got everything going in the right direction. They making the right decisions. I mean, we don't always have all the facts because they keep it on the low. I mean, that's fine, but when you look at the history, man, we are in good hands, man. Because if you really think about it, using that analogy, we are like battered women, man. We've been abused, man. Past regimes have abused us, man. Has taken us through some stuff, and so it's like we have to get reacclimated as a fan to understand the good position that we're in. Because when you think about it, a woman that's never had a good man, she not gonna know how to respond to that. She always thinking the worst, waiting for that other shoe to drop or either get hit by it. And that hasn't happened over this time period that Leon Rose and his team has been in control. I mean, when you think about it, we take it for what it is, man. Look at the track record up to this point of what they've done and the direction that they have put us in right now. I mean, we're at a point now where we're on the verge of checkmate. We like
Possibly.
damn near there. And so, we need to just sit back, let the chips fall where they may, and go from there. I mean, let's not worry about what Boston gonna do. Boston need to worry about what we gonna do, or the rest of the NBA need to worry about what we gonna do. So I would employ the Knicks brethren to just trust in the Don, man, and what he's done, and we see where we are, and just go and just roll with it, man. Let it ride. We all right. We in a good place. And Freezy, man, you've been a Knicks fan actually longer than I have. So you already know. I don't even have to say anything to you about how long we've been abused, man. We've been victims of domestic violence from the Knicks management.
Okay.
I don't even have to tell you. You already know, bro.
Okay. Yeah. Well. Here's my stance on it. First, before we get comfy with our championship aspirations, remember this team has never been out of the second round. This iteration, right? So let's remember that first, right? Getting to that next level takes next level steps, right? Here's the other thing. We have not faced Boston in a playoff series in this iteration. So we don't know how we measure up against Boston because we never actually played Boston in the playoffs. That's the second thing, right? The third thing is in this arms race around the NBA, we don't want to be that team that's comfortable where we are, knowing that other teams are going to be trying to add assets on top of assets. Right? That's my opinion on it. Right? Now, if this team had been tested and say fell short because somebody got injured at the last minute and another team ran by us and we watched them win a championship, I'd be okay. But the Boston Celtics, the NBA champs, won wire to wire. They were untested from day one of the regular season all the way through championship night. They were the best team in the league. And to say by us adding players on the periphery, right, and to add to a talent, are we talented? Absolutely. Are we tested? No. Right, we're not in that thing where we can just throw our jersey out there and think Boston's going to cower because it's the Knicks. I think that's what we make the misstep. Should we be confident? Yes. Right? Should we be confident? Should we be excited? Absolutely. But should we take for granted the fact that just because we have a talented roster that's going to be better than Boston? I don't know if that's the approach that we should take. In my mind, keep adding talent and keep adding talent and keep adding talent. And then it'll be better for us to have more talent than we can use, right? Than not enough talent and be searching for it. In my mind, that's my stance on it. So,
yeah, okay.
Hello, what's up?
I'm gonna partially agree with you, Freezy. I'm going to say this. I'm not saying this to say that we're comfortable. There is no comfortability. You're right. In an arms race, there's never comfortability.
Right.
But is there confidence? Yes. Right. Yes, we are confident. I also agree with you. There's nothing wrong.
Yes. It's okay to be excited also.
Yes. And in terms of acquiring more talent, if it fits. I would say yes if it fits. So there's like, some play with that. No, we haven't been tested, but Boston also hasn't been tested too. And this is the reason why I say that. Nobody has really challenged them. And you're right. They basically won the title, wire to wire. They were the favorites or whatever.
They had a cakewalk.
But nobody. What's that?
They had a cakewalk. It wasn't hard for them, bro.
Yeah.
To win this championship.
That's right.
They knew they were going to win.
You're absolutely right. They haven't been tested, and neither. And you're right. Neither has we, as our team that is currently constructed. So that's where the intrigue comes in. And so we're definitely on a collision course for that to happen this coming season. So we're going to see where the chips may fall, because if Boston is who they supposed to be, they're going to be tested this year. If Boston repeats and they beat us, they beat Philly, they beat whoever from the West or whatever, yeah, I give them their props. Yeah, they the champ. So what? Whatever.
But okay,
but they're gonna earn. Whoever wins the title this year is gonna earn it.
Boston I
got my chips on the New York Knicks. I got my chips on us.
Okay.
Boston now has a big target on their back. Everybody knows they're the team to beat. Everybody from the first minute of this season is going to be strategizing, because at some point you have to overcome Boston to become the champion, right? Everybody's going to be planning from day one of how do you beat Boston. And for us, I have just like two things I want to say. Confidence is good, but we can't be overconfident and we can't be complacent.
Yep.
That's when we start to get into a bad spot. We should have faith in our team, but we also have to be realistic about the challenges we're going to face and what we need to do to overcome them. I recall in the Indiana series, we all should be giving Tibbs his props here. Everyone should be giving Tibbs his props here. That's like a fact. He's brought this franchise from irrelevance to meaningfulness again, to being a contender. But at the same time, I remember in the Indiana series, I think it was the third game, like 5 minutes into the first quarter, they made two substitutions, and Tibbs was slow to adapt. Tibbs is not so fast to adapt to mid-game adaptations. There were definitely times when OG probably shouldn't have been out there 45 minutes a game, to bust his hamstring. And I hope that's not going to be the case this year. Does it mean he's a bad coach if he puts people in for too many minutes? No. But every coach has flaws. That's why it's not one coach out there, bro. You have a team of coaches that is going to check one person's individual flaws and eccentricities, We have too much depth this year to be running people 45 minutes a game and not making substitutions. And, there's things we have to watch out for as a team. Like, Porzingis is taller than our whole team, bro. So that's all I got to say. Sorry.
Right. Injury prone.
Ribby in the building. Salute to the greatest borough God ever created, Brooklyn, New York. Brooklyn, New York is in the building.
Good, Freezy.
Hey, Dokasaurus. So welcome. I just wanted to say welcome real quick. I didn't want to cut you off. Appreciate
Yeah,
you.
welcome. Nice. Hold on a second.
Good, yeah.
Nice to see your face, young man.
Yeah.
Glad to see yours too.
Pause.
So I get what Cash is saying. So Cash, here's the one of the things that I think Knicks fans should recognize. Right. The fact that we legit are in this place should not be a fact that we're of this place. Right. Like, basically what I'm getting is our ascension to this place should not be our championship. Like, us being relevant should not be our happy landing spot, right? Because what happened is all right. Let me move. Let me do this here. All right, there you go. So we had you on like in two little, so here's like where the Knicks are is a up and coming franchise looking to knock off the NBA champ that exists in their division. Right? Boston also has been to the championship game and Eastern Conference Finals with this iteration multiple times. They went to the bubble and lost to Miami. In 21, they went and lost to Golden State. 22, they lost to Miami in the Eastern Conference Finals. And I'm sorry, and not in 21, but you get what I'm saying. And then this year, they're the NBA champs. And we added OG Anunoby and Mikal Bridges. Does that make us equal to Boston?
Hold on. We also added some rookies. I don't know if coach is going to play them, but I think at least Tyler Kolek and Huck Forty are NBA ready. Kolek probably more so, but I would be surprised if you couldn't get at least 5 to 10 good minutes out of Huck Forty. Does that make us ready to beat Boston? Probably not in and of itself, but we're also not done building, I don't think yet. So,
Right. And I'm not saying that I'm afraid of Boston as a Knicks fan. What I'm saying is Boston's resume and the Knicks resume are in two different places.
That's fair.
That's my thing. And if that's the case, if that is indeed the case, if you agree with me, then you'll understand why I say if the Knicks add more talent, it's a good thing.
Okay, so here's where I agree with you is that I think we need to understand that the goal of what we're trying to do right now is not to stable the second apron. Boston passed the second apron and they won the championship. I think every New York sports fan would be happy to do that right now. You know, nobody would be disappointed if we went over the second apron, boo-hoo, but we won the championship. So adding, we definitely objectively need more talent. I think we need more height, just period. Like you can't teach height. That's what they say. We were outsized versus Indiana. It cost us. There's plenty of giants in the fucking league now, bro. Everyone has a 7-footer, this, that. Khalil Ware, Zach Edey. They're all going to be in the NBA this year. You know, Kolek, thankfully,
young too, by the way.
Yeah,
those
Kolek
getting started.
Kolek, thankfully, has experience against Zach Edey. He's already beaten him in college, but that's one of these dudes that are, again, taller than our whole team. And I just don't want to. I don't want to go into this season where we end up in the same. Where we end up, let's say, against. We also need to think about how to beat Indiana. We didn't beat them last time. We probably will. I think now this year with what we've added, but they also got better. You know, we shouldn't. People were saying, "Oh, Knicks is going to win in 4, bro." Like when we first went into them. That's cockiness. That's arrogance.
Yeah.
You know, they're a hard team to beat. They have been our rivals. They have been the gatekeepers for us for decades. We should be realistic about how hard they are to beat, you know?
Yeah.
I'm just not trying to see us get to Indiana and have to have Josh Hart guard Siakam again. I'm not trying to see that happen again.
Right. Good, Cash.
No, I was gonna say when you look at history and see how Jordan It took him a minute to get past Detroit and the failures that he had, but eventually he did because Detroit was the top team.
Right.
I look at that scenario as similar in reference to us and how, you know, for us getting over that hump. I'm hearing an echo. Are you guys hearing an echo?
I'm
Yep.
not.
Yep. I'm hearing it. Yep.
Yeah, I'm hearing this echo, man. It's like killing me, man. But
Yeah.
the point I was trying to make is, you know, is using that scenario in reference to us and trying to win this chip, man. I mean, we in a good I firmly believe we are in a good place. And you know, barring, you know, injury, that we can get there. You made reference to Indiana. If we were at full strength with Indiana, I am confident we could have beaten them. I mean, they took us to 7 games with our bench, basically.
Facts.
I mean,
I'm not
hard
saying that to
guarding
say that.
Siakam under normal circumstances, that wouldn't happen. But we were in a situation where we didn't have any choice.
Yeah. But you know what happened, Cash? That team beat us 3 out of the last 4. Right. And they beat us 3 out of the last 4 in that series. Right. And then and so
because we broke down.
I did right. Or certain guys didn't step up where they could have or should have. Right. King Ribby and I watched all those games together. Right. And we use the injury excuse as a reason to say that's the reason why we lost. That's not the injuries wasn't the main reason why we lost. Right. The main reason why we lost is in stretches where we were down 8 points. Our offense stagnated because we dribbled the air out of the ball at times, and at times we went away from the hot hand.
I got to agree with that, man.
Dante DiVincenzo was scorching hot.
Yeah, I know.
Right. And we went away from him in game 7. You know, Cash, and I know you'll probably remember this. Indiana had a big lead. They were up 19 on us. We cut that lead to 8. Right. We cut that lead thanks to Alec Burks and Dante. We cut that lead to 8, right? Tibbs brings in Deuce McBride, right? Sits Burks just to get a blow, right? Deuce comes down, he shoots a wild 3. He misses from the corner, right? Indiana gets the ball back. They try to, you know, and then we bring back Jalen Brunson. And Jalen Brunson, instead of going to Dante, defaulting to Dante DiVincenzo, who had been scorching hot, right? Jalen Brunson put the team on his back and shot us out of that game. The lead ballooned back up to 15.
Bro, that's a fact. It's a painful fact, but it's a fact, man.
Yeah, and we could never get. And you know how many points Dante? You know what Dante finished that game with? Dante DiVincenzo, scorching hot,
35.
finished that game 7 with 39 points.
Oh, damn. I was off.
That's crazy.
Dante DiVincenzo legit could have scored 50 points against that team. But we went away from him like we normally do. When a guy gets scorching hot, if your name's not Randall or Brunson, right? When a guy like that gets hot, when a tertiary scorer gets hot on the Knicks, we generally go away from them and cool them down. We are our decision making was the best defense on Dante DiVincenzo that night. Right,
no,
we cooled down Dante DiVincenzo. Dante finished with 39. And here's the other thing: against a team that was small at times around the rim, Isaiah Hartenstein finished that game 0 for 2 with 0 points.
He did nothing in that game. He did nothing in that game. It's a fact.
And so we could say like when we mentioned the injury thing, I think the injury thing is
it's a crutch.
Is our crutch. But if you look at in-game situation, that's why I was when Ribby and I were together watching it on playback TV, I kept mentioning the term situational awareness. Like when you're down 8, you don't need a home run. You need a point and a defensive stop. A point and a defensive stop. Even if you go to the free throw line and split free throws and then go to the other side and make them miss, you cut the lead to 7. And if you do the thing, then you cut the lead to 6. You don't have to come down and bomb away from 3 to get back in the game, because if you bomb away from 3 and miss, a team that wants to run and get out in transition is going to get those long rebounds and run and get out in transition.
They outshot us the entire series, bro. They had a higher shooting percentage the entire series, so it's not worth it. If you just go by the math.
Right. And the other thing too, we mentioned that Indiana was or the Knicks were injured. Indiana was missing their second best scorer, Ben Mathurin, didn't play in that series. We forget it because he was out of sight, out of mind. If Ben Mathurin was in that series, does that series go 7 games? No.
I just got to interject. Like, there's something that you said that like I really want to add to. It's like with any other top tier team, because that's where we are at in this point of the NBA. We are like a contender for a championship. Like, people can deny that, people can say whatever they want. The Knicks is up there. Would any other fan base be satisfied with their season ending with us saying, "Oh, if it weren't for injuries, we would have made it out of East Coast Finals"? Absolutely fucking not, bro. That's the last place mentality. Oh, if it wasn't for injuries. Even with the injuries, people went further than that. Right. You know, if it wasn't for this, it wasn't for that, there was stuff we could have done on the court, even with the injuries, to at least make us be a little more competitive. Brunson was chucking bricks that whole game, bro. He was not passing, was not doing anything. Hartenstein also was tired. Like, you could just see it, bro. The dudes was tired. They didn't have their game plan, and they needed a mid-game adjustment that just never came. From not the coach, from not the players. It just, like, there were flashes. It was a winnable game at times, for sure. You know, we had chances to win.
Right, we had
nobody could.
Yeah, we had chances.
The only thing I'll say about Indiana is they got broomstick by Boston. Ain't nothing else to say on that.
Right. Would the Knicks have gotten swept, you think, in your opinion?
Yeah, we would have, because remember Brunson had got injured, so he wouldn't have been available. We would have got swept.
Yeah,
and Josh Hart got hurt. Yeah, it would have been depressing watching a Boston, New York. You would say, "Oh, we're in the Eastern Conference Final." Blah, 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 blah. It wouldn't have meant anything, because we would have got broomstick as well.
The reason why I bring up the adding more talent is a good thing is that let me see. The reason why I would say that adding more talent is a good thing is that
what? Oh no, I mean I'm fine. It's just like some days a little more noise.
Okay, yeah, okay. I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna mute him just real quick. So, but I'm gonna just put him right here until he's ready. But yeah, the reason why I say adding talent is a good thing is because Boston is in the perpetual talent acquisition mode, right? Like, you don't hear the Boston Celtics, you don't hear the Celtics saying stuff like, "Nah, we're good with the talent that we have. You know, we're just gonna go out here and try to stay healthy." Boston traded away Robert Williams and their point guard Marcus Smart in order to improve. Right, they brought in Drew Holiday, they brought in Porzingis, right? They developed Sam Hauser and Peyton Pritchard. They found what Luke Cornett can do and got the best out of Luke Cornett. Right. So with the Knicks, what I'm saying is I understand that we're talented, man, super talented. I think we're super talented, like you guys do. But if we can add additional talent to the roster without disrupting the apple cart, why not do it?
We don't got nothing to lose, and we need to. It's actually not even a question that we need to.
Right.
In my opinion, until we get someone else that's at least 7 foot or taller, we're not like ready to win this year. I maybe it's like overly simple way of looking at it, but that's.
I think you're reaching a little too much about the 7 foot part. But I mean, anybody who can play, yes, okay.
Yeah, you right.
Or we end up going like against someone, they're outsizing us, and we lose the same way we lost last year. I don't want to see it happen. At least lose a different way, you know.
Right. And our and then we have and then Cash, we have assumptions and facts at the same time. Like for instance, people tell me that Mitchell Robinson can't stay healthy, right? That's what people tell me. Like Mitch can't stay healthy. OG Anunoby has an injury history. Like people tell me this stuff, and then also say at the same time, but we don't need to add another 7-footer, or we don't need to add wing depth. Well, if your concern is that those guys before this year, who know they both guys may play an efficient 82 game stretch, right? They both may play that. We don't know for sure, right? In professional sports, anybody can get injured, right? But to be concerned about Mitch having an injury history and OG having an injury history, and then at the same time saying that we may not need to add another guy, like another quality guy at $18 million, I think it may be a bit disingenuous.
I agree, and I think that's where the confidence and the passion of the fan base becomes cockiness and like arrogance, which doesn't help us. Like it's a difference of like being a mega fan and blinding yourself to like the weaknesses. Every team has weaknesses, bro. There's no team that's unbeatable. There's no such thing. Even Jordan's Bulls were beatable.
Right.
I would say this as far as adding talent. I like that idea that's floating out there about Clint Capella, if we can pull that off. Because that'll give us another 7-footer.
The only way I'm getting Clint Capella is
he can defend the paint.
I'm finished.
And as long as we ain't got to give up too much for him.
And now my stance on Clint Capella is he's cool, but the only way I'm trying to reach out to him is if Atlanta decides to put him on the buyout market. That's the only way.
I think he was, but then they took him off for some reason.
I mean,
I know he's on an expiring deal, so he's obtainable.
But yeah, because long story short, the what the guy name again? Precious, that kept coming up as far as sign and trade to get him. So I guess we got to see when that's gonna happen. I think
I'm gonna go out and say this. I would say in the next 10 days, I think that'll be taken care of.
No, 7 days, I think.
Yeah, 10. Yeah, the next 7 to 10 days that a move is going to be made, and we'll be sitting here talking about it.
Hopefully,
that's my prediction.
I mean, if we're sitting here talking about Lauri Markkanen, doesn't that mean that Walker Kessler is on the board?
No, basically they were saying that if Lauri Markkanen is traded, then Kessler is the next man to be traded after that, because Utah is trying to get the first round pick or whatever, or the second round pick or whatever. So.
Well, the problem with Utah is Danny Ainge, man, because this guy's trying to rip off anybody. That's why he's called the Ripper, man. It's not a problem with the player, man. It's who you dealing with, man. This guy wants, your best first round picks and this and that, and that's why Donovan Mitchell trade never came to fruition, man. It's because of this guy, man, and who you dealing with. He don't want to. He never trades fair. He always want to win, and that's the problem.
Right.
That's why Leon Rose don't deal with him, man. I hear y'all on that, and I don't disagree in terms of, talent value coming back to us and us being able to benefit from it. It's just who you dealing with and the BS you got to go through to obtain them.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So my premise is I'm not banging the table for Lauri Markkanen. Right. What I am saying though is if you're in the market, right? If you're shopping, if you're browsing the market, right? Don't leave a stone unturned when you're browsing. There's nothing wrong with shopping, right? There's nothing wrong with shopping, right? What happens is the moment of impact when you have to swipe the card. That's when there be like ramifications because just looking don't hurt anybody.
It's just window shopping right now. Yeah.
Right. Yeah. Right. Like the shopping part doesn't hurt. Right. So if you're looking at a Lauri Markkanen or Walker Kessler, what's the harm in asking Utah about the entire roster? Like, hey man, we'll have to give y'all a lot in exchange for Lauri Markkanen. Do you guys have a young point guard that you can maybe throw in if we're sending you Deuce? We'll send you like a proven point guard for maybe a young point guard with upside or something like that. Just like browsing, like doing the barter thing. Like I'm not
I think
saying
that one point that you're making right now that's really like worthwhile is that we shouldn't be married to this current iteration of the team. Like we should just be looking how to make them better. Just because we're so super fans of this team doesn't mean we should be blind or close our minds to other possibilities. And even if it means trading away a piece, unfortunately. But like our goal is a chip. Our goal is not to keep this team together intact no matter what. You know what I'm saying? Like, of course, we have a good thing going. We should keep to preserve that. But the goal is a chip. If we just love one player and want them to stay on the Knicks, okay. But
the goal is the chip. The goal is the chip. Cash, like Cash, I understand where you're coming from. I think you're saying trust Leon Rose and that he'll do the right thing. And so I understand where you're coming from there. I'm saying from a Knicks fan that suffered through the late 70s and the 80s and the 90s and the Zach Randolph, David Lee 2000s and the Carmelo years.
And Lou Armisen.
Lou, bro, enough talent when enough talent is never enough talent.
I mean, I can't blame him, bro.
No such thing is enough talent. I remember when we drafted Ray Williams and Bill Cartwright and thought that was going to be our young core, and Mike Woodson. Ray Williams, Bill Cartwright, Mike Woodson, and a dude named Kurt Rambis, right, were guys that we drafted. And we were like, yo, you know what? This might be our young core. And then we had Trent Tucker, Darryl Walker, Lewis Orr. And we were like, yo, this might be our young core. And then we had Pat Ewan, Gerald Wilkins, Mark Jackson.
Kenny Skywalker.
Kenny Skywalker. And that would be our young core. Then we had Monty Williams, Greg Anthony, Charlie Ward, Hubert Davis. That was going to be our young core. And so on and so forth. And no matter what iteration, no matter what iteration you mention, you know what happens? We didn't win a championship because enough talent is never enough talent.
I think that you make a good point in pointing out that no fan of any sports team in the entire world has more of a right to be jaded and skeptical and cynical than especially long-time Knicks fans. Like Leon has earned our trust, but at the same time, fans are going to be worried. Fans are going to talk. None of us see a resolution to the center situation right now, so we're all worried about that. That's reasonable, We still trust Leon, but like it's normal to be worried. Looking at like if we go into the season with the team we have right now, it's a problem. Nobody trusts Jericho Sims like that, bro.
No. And the irony is Jericho Sims and Lauri Markkanen are around the same age. That's the irony.
Damn.
Right? That's the irony. And Ron from Still Knicks Fan says the Knicks are prepared to go to battle with what they have now. And listen, I agree. The preparation part, I agree with you. But there's a conjunction junction. What's your function? Hey, Cash, you remember that conjunction junction? What's your function? Remember that from back in the day? So he says,
"Oh yeah."
But BUT, I believe everything is set up for the Knicks to bring. Oh, Ron, go drink some coffee, bro. Ron, go drink some coffee, bro. A rebuilding team is not going to trade one of their best players. Ron, drink some coffee, dog. Ron, make sure that coffee is piping hot, bro. A rebuilding team is not going to trade one of their top players for draft picks, bro. They're not going to do that.
Do you think that Alperen Sengun is on the board for the Knicks or not so much?
No, I don't think so.
No.
And the reason being is because in my mind, and this is just basketball talk, right? Just random basketball talk. I think the Houston Rockets are still trying to establish an identity. They want to win, bro. They're tired of being trash.
Yep.
The Houston Rockets are a proud organization that generally try to build their franchise around winning basketball, right? They're not the Washington Wizards who wait every 15 years to get good. Houston wants to win, right? And
they want Durant.
Right,
Booker.
right. And so by trading away one of their building blocks,
it's not happening.
Makes them reset their identity.
Yeah.
Right. Does Houston want to reset their identity? And then, because think about it, is right now, is Alperen Sengun not their best overall player?
Yeah.
I mean, there are people on that team that may do things a little better than him, but overall, that dude's probably their best player.
And people seem pretty high on his future too.
Yeah, and Rel says, and for those that are into Silver Surfer, make sure you check out Rel's channel. Rel has a channel called Cause We Geeked, where somebody's cousin Will made me spill a Sprite last night, and all I'm saying is Sprite's a 99-cent, bro. It shouldn't take that long for me to get a Sprite, bro. So yeah. Hey, so salute to Fritz Alcindor is in the building. Fritz says they aren't moving Sengun, right? Yep, I agree. I agree with you.
He's a foundation piece for them. He ain't going anywhere.
Yeah, that's like a team. That's like a team that needs a point guard coming to the Knicks and say, "Hey, man, what would y'all take for Jalen Brunson?"
Okay, yeah.
They were like, "Yeah, coming to we not trading Jalen Brunson." Right, for example, a team like Orlando that has all the other pieces in place. All they need is a point guard, and them coming to the Knicks saying, "Hey, man, we got some young players and some draft picks we'll give you for Jalen Brunson." Nah,
by the way, they got Tristan Da Silva this year, who's going to be.
Yeah, I like him. Man. I like him too, bro. I ain't gonna lie.
He's going to be real sharp in that this year.
Right. That's like a for those of y'all watching on the West Coast, the Lakers need a primary ball handler, right? And so that's like the Lakers going to Dallas and saying, "Hey, listen, man, we'll give y'all something for Luka." Man, Dallas ain't trading Luka, bro. Yeah, that's the Jalen Duren thing that I'm mentioning. Like, they spent so many years. Remember, Detroit for a 4-year stretch was the worst team in basketball by record, right? And as soon as they attempt to turn this thing around by firing the front office, firing the coach, and trying to turn this thing around, Detroit's gonna trade their prized possession, Jalen Duren.
Yeah.
Nah, man, come on.
But then that doesn't leave us a lot of options. What I've heard that they might do is that they might deliberately overpay Precious Achiuwa to use as a trade piece in the future. Yes. Which the only downside with that is, like, imagine if Precious Achiuwa has like an amazing breakout season. I mean, it's fine; he'll still be under contract, but like then you're not want to trade him, obviously, you know.
Right.
And you're stuck overpaying him. But otherwise, like, I think that makes sense, and I think that our only option is to wait for the trade deadline, because it doesn't seem like there's anybody left, bro. There's only so many human beings on the planet that are above 7 feet tall, bro.
Not to be funny, I don't think Precious, even though he can have an outstanding season, at backing up Mitch,
that he's not going to break out. I don't know. I think we already saw flashes, in my opinion, but I'm high on the kid. I got to be honest. I think Precious has a ways to go.
Yeah, I think Precious has a ways to go too.
If you look in his past, like on the Raptors and stuff, he used to be pretty decent from three. I'm pretty sure they just told him when he got to the Knicks, like, okay, you're not shooting threes anymore. You know? Yeah.
Rod is in the building. Rod, salute, man. What's good? Salute to the greatest borough that God ever created, the Bronx, New York. Salute to the Bronx.
There we go.
The Bronx is in the building. Salute. As soon as I said the Bronx, he said, there we go. Salute to the Bronx.
Bro.
You knew what you was trying to do, getting me up here.
Don't worry, he did that to me.
Oh, I know a Freezy call out when I hear it.
What's that? What do you mean?
Come on, man. You know Jalen Duren is the guy for the Knicks. You know it's gonna happen. Y'all all gonna be like, I can't believe they did it. I'm telling you.
So
The
was
Mark
Luka.
Bryant. Yeah, but the Mark Bryant piece is I think that's a nice familiarity piece. Of course, he's a developmental guy to help with the bigs, but he's worked well with Jalen Duren. I think the Knicks can sweeten the pot to make it happen. Why would Detroit do it? I don't know. Why was his name mentioned in trade talks to begin with? Like when it's out there, I'm one of those. I'm not a conspiracy theorist, but when a name is floated out there, it's because somebody floated it out there.
Knicks fans did that, bro. Well, Ron, let me ask you this, and I'm gonna ask you this respectfully, right? You know you my guy, right? You know you my guy, and I love you. I got $3 in my account right now. I'll send you $1.50 right now on Cash App, bro. You know me, right? you know I'll do it, bro. You know I'll do it, bro. I've done it before. I'll do it again, right? Here's my thing. Here's my thing, right? Did you know who Mark Bryant was before the Knicks signed him?
Of course I did.
No, I'm talking about assistant coach Mark Bryant.
Oh, no. I honestly did not know he was an assistant coach.
Right.
I don't follow that. So
right. But as soon as the Knicks signed Mark Bryant, all of a sudden, where there's smoke, there's fire.
Usually, I hear you though. I know. Once certain narratives get drawn up just because of the fact that he was around the guy. I get it. But in fairness, when you look at the Knicks and how they move, usually where there's smoke, there is fire. I mean, Johnny Bryant didn't work out, but the Johnny Bryant draw was to bring in Donovan. It just didn't work out, but that was the plan. Daddy Brunson is here with Jalen. You know what I mean? So it usually makes sense.
Right. Like when Tim Hardaway was here. Like when there's smoke, there's fire. When we signed Tim Hardaway to be an assistant, we just knew we were going to trade for Tim Hardaway Jr. Right?
Yeah.
We could have.
And I'm saying that's how it works, right? If we get somebody, then we automatically draw connections. Like as soon as we signed Mo Cheeks, we just figured Mark Jackson was going to be the coach, right?
Well, let me ask you this. How did we find out that Jalen Duren was somebody that people were looking to acquire? It wasn't because the Knicks said we want Jalen Duren and we want him out there. Somebody on the Detroit side said that obviously Detroit was fielding offers. So maybe they were just doing their due diligence just to see what is the value of their prospects. That could have been the case. But, even if that is the case, the point is the name was dangled out there because they wanted to see interest, and the Knicks have interest. Sometimes when you put stuff out there, you go and get the offers that you may not want, and if the Knicks make a good enough offer, anything can happen. This is what I've learned under Leon Rose.
Right. And so I'm with Fritz Alcindor on this. Nobody said anything about Duren. And I speak with Detroit Pistons content creators all the time, bro. All the time. That's what I do. That's how I get intel, right, from other franchises like the Oklahoma City Thunder guy, the Mavericks guys, the Hawks guys, the Spurs guys, right, the Nets guys. Like I speak to these guys, right? The reason why Monty Williams is fired and they're going to eat all that money is because with Monty Williams, Jalen Duren took a step backwards. And so they are doubling down on the development of their young guys, right? The Detroit Pistons guys that I speak to, they are dead set that nobody there mentioned anything about trading Jalen Duren to the Knicks or anybody else. I think what Knicks fans have done, like one person said it in an echo chamber, and then what happens is all of us grab onto it as if it's a reality, but it wasn't. It never was. I spoke to multiple Pistons guys, man. Some of it is public conversation on Twitter, where I tweeted at them, "Hey man, what's the asking price for Duren?" Dudes are like, "Man, stop saying stupid stuff like that. I'll block you." Right? You talking about like, yeah, bro? These dudes are, It's just like I mentioned a few seconds ago. It'll be akin to the Orlando Magic needing a point guard and then calling us asking about Jalen Brunson. Right? Just because they need a point guard don't mean we're going to give them Jalen Brunson. And I get it. I get the only reason why I even followed the Walker Kessler road was because when I spoke to the Utah Jazz people, the dude and the chick, when I talked to them, right, they were like, "Man, we have no idea what Danny Ainge is up to right now. Danny Ainge is trying to build something. He's looking for a megastar, so at any point anybody can go." Right, and so that's why I followed the Walker Kessler thing, right? But Jalen Duren, when you're talking about a team that had the worst record of a 4-year stretch historically, and then asking them to reset that and go back to that by trading away Jalen Duren is unreasonable in my mind, especially when they have a brand new front office that said they value their young players. That's all we've heard from Trajan Langdon is they value their young players and they're looking to improve and win.
So, not to cut you off, so you think the Kessler is more feasible, I guess?
Yeah, and we don't know what the thing is. Nobody knows what Danny Ainge wants to do in Utah, right? Not even the Utah fans. They don't know what the ultimate. They don't know what the end game is, right? On the current roster, they know the end. They know the end game is that they want Cooper Flag. We all know that. But what team that wins 30 games or less doesn't want Cooper Flag? Right? Right. Detroit wants Cooper Flag, right? Atlanta could use Cooper Flag. All those teams that are on that borderline, of course they would use Cooper Flag. Right? But and not to sound, demonstrative against Jalen Duren. I would love Jalen Duren, but everybody I talk to, bro, even I'll give an example. One of the people that I linked up with in the NBA universe is Everything King and Deuce, right? They're Detroit Pistons content creators, right? Find them on Twitter and ask them about trading for Jalen Duren and see what happens. And they're plugged in. Right, they're plugged in. They have a finger on the pulse of what's going on there. They're more plugged in than I am. They're like a Knicks Fan TV or an Athletic Alchemy for the Golden State Warriors. They're that type of plugged into the pulse. Ask them about a Knicks trade for Jalen Duren and see what happens. Right?
Hey, I hear you. I'm just going off of what I had seen before. Like if I just listen to all these Nick not Nick channels, but like regular internet entities like heavy.com with all their trade proposals and stuff like that, then I would never find out any news. But I have gone to the Detroit Free Press and I have gone to Piston Powered and they were talking about it. So I thought it was real. But if that's the case, if it's not real, then I'll forget about it.
Yeah. Pistons, check out Pistons Talk on Twitter and just ask, like, hey man, is Jalen Duren available? And after he finishes laughing, he'll probably answer. Right. Bro, it's we're in that season, everybody. We're in that time of year where clickbait is gonna drive narratives. King Ribby, we know that, right? Remember when I talked to you about that last year? Remember I told you about clickbait? Like all you have to do is like right now I have a Lauri Markkanen thumbnail, right? And watch what happens in Knicks universe with the Lauri Markkanen thing. It's same thing with Still Knicks fans. Still Knicks fans is gonna maybe ask a question and it's gonna build momentum because we're in the clickbait days where even if it's just a genuine conversation about a possibility, right? Watch and see what happens about how things take off.
Yeah, Still Knicks fans. Knicks
is in the building. Salute.
Yep.
He loving the Cat for Randall trade, man.
Yeah, right. Right.
I don't
Like
get
the Cat for Randall thing has been a thing for what, 4 years?
that. Like he keeps saying it's gonna happen. I'm like, what? Like, I don't see that happening.
Who's
Never.
saying that's going to happen?
That had been a conversation and
Still Knicks fan. The Knicks still Knicks fan TV guy.
You mean Knicks fans TV?
I mean,
Not
I'm
not
bugging.
yeah.
What?
Don't
No,
confuse
I'm
me with
bugging.
that,
I'm
brother.
sorry, Ron.
Yeah, because we different people.
What is it?
My content's
KF,
original.
That guy with the beard and stuff like that.
I hear you.
Yeah, him.
yeah, no, definitely definitely separate entities. Definitely. So Ryan, I didn't mean any disrespect by that, bro. You know I didn't call you Knicks still Knicks fans TV.
I apologize.
You good.
Now I will say your take on Boys to Men is a little.
Listen. Somebody's got to take the stones, man. When they get thrown, somebody got to take them. I'm here.
Yeah.
But yeah, all right. If that's the case, Freezy, I hear you. I rock with you, man. $100,000, all that good stuff. If that's the case, and if there's no real teeth to it, then it's okay. I mean, it's good for me to know, actually, because if that's that's one thing I can knock off my list. So when people want to have that conversation, I can say, nah, there's no life to it, so I don't want to entertain it. That's fine. I appreciate that because we in the off season where everything is talked about. So if you don't talk about it, people gonna bring it up and you're gonna have to address it at some point. But at least that's good that we can move on from that. I thought it was a little suspect to begin with because he's a young player. I think there's a lot of upside in his game. I don't know why you would want to trade somebody right now, especially when you're still building. It doesn't make a lot of sense to me.
Right. So, what NBA team? And because think about it, we're in a market, or there is a market for young bigs that are cheap and productive, right? And if you have a young big that's cheap and productive, well, so Jalen Duren played 60 games. He averaged 14 points a game and 12 rebounds, right? In 29 minutes. And he's on his rookie contract. Why would Detroit trade that again? Why would Detroit trade a dude that's 14 points, 12 rebounds in less than 30 minutes? Why would Detroit even like say for instance, Ribby, if Detroit was like, okay, I'll at least out of respect for Leon Rose, I'll listen. What would be the asking price for Jalen Duren? I think that personally, I think the asking price starts with OG Anunoby.
What? No.
Yep.
I don't see that.
Wow.
Because first of all, they already got Tobias. No, I'm just saying though. That's they start in small forward. So I don't see why would they need. OG
why would they need OG Anunoby if they had Tobias Harris?
No, I know what you're gonna say, but I'm just saying, like, I don't know. That's just I don't know.
Bro, the asking price for a 14 and 12 guy in less than 30 minutes, and his coaches, and he's 14 and 12, right? And his coaches had no idea how to use him. That's why the coach is fired. They bring in a guy that's going to turn that man from just a bully at the rim into a potential Bam Adebayo type guy. That's what they've been preaching the whole time, right? Like they brought in JB Bickerstaff because he may not be a tactician, but he is a developer of young talent. He legit, think about when JB Bickerstaff took over that team. Remember they had Lauri Markkanen, Colin Sexton, Isaac Okoro, Darius Garland. He took that team, bro, and made all-stars out of Darius Garland and the center, the dude with the fro, Jared Allen. And Evan Mobley is looking every day more and more like he's going to be Chris Bosh.
I can see that. I can see it.
and then you take that, you bring him in so you can develop, because Detroit's not a playoff team. They're a developmental team, right? So JB Bickerstaff may not take them to an NBA championship, but he will definitely develop that young roster into young studs, right? Detroit, Cade Cunningham is not even developed like he should be yet. That's all I'm saying. Like every team is in different places, right? And then but say they were like, okay, Ribby, listen, I know you the king of Brooklyn, right? I know you the king of Brooklyn, right? So just off that fact alone, send me your best offer for Jalen Duren. What are you offering? See what I mean? Ron, you see what I mean?
Right, to be honest, I'm not gonna be.
I hear you.
I'm being biased, but I'm giving up Deuce.
If your trade, bro, think about this, if you're Detroit and your best offer starts with Deuce McBride and Mitchell Robinson, I'm not hanging up the phone, bro. I'm throwing the phone off the tallest skyscraper, bro. Ron, would you? Is that your offer for Jalen Duren, Deuce McBride, and Mitchell Robinson to a rebuild?
I mean, I wouldn't give them Mitchell Robinson because I don't know what would be the point for the Knicks. Like
exactly.
But no, I mean my point would only be if Detroit feels like, because my whole thing is I think the same thing with Danny Ainge, because there's no other reason why I could see them doing this. It doesn't make sense to me. And all the Knicks can offer is really picks. You know, I'd give up 2 first-round picks. I know most people would be like, "What? 2 first-round picks?" Yeah, I'd give up 2 first-round picks if that's what it takes to get them. And I can, like I said, when you want somebody bad enough, you do it. The Knicks don't care about these picks if we're going all in and trying to win. The Knicks got good players that are fairly young.
You misunderstand where I'm coming from. I think 2 first-round picks, bro, is not enough for Jalen Duren.
No,
see,
plus
my whole thing is I hear excuse me, I hear what you're saying. My thought is that I think Detroit is of the same mind state that they're trying to get as many picks as they. Well, I don't know that yet though, because if this is not true that they're really trying to move Jalen Duren, this is a moot point. But if they were really trying to do that, I would think that the point was to acquire as many first-round picks as they can in order to be able to kind of maneuver around to have a better a position to get Cooper Flag. That's what I'm thinking. Now, of course, the Knicks first-round picks are going to matter towards that, but you might be able to flip those picks to another team that is, not going to be that good, and you have a better chance. The lottery balls, you know what I mean? The Knicks picks may not do it, but you could trade with anybody, not Utah, but another team that's not as good, a middle-of-the-pack team, and you never know. You might have a better chance of getting Cooper Flag. That's the only thing I was thinking. Because I could not figure it out myself. I personally could not understand why Jalen Duren was on the market to begin with. But like I said, what you're saying, Freezy, makes a lot more sense. Maybe he really wasn't. So
yeah. When I talk to the Detroit guys, bro, it's the same thing a lot of fan bases say about the Knicks fan base. Like, why y'all always trying to poach our guys? Right? Like I spoke to legit Deuce from Everything King and Deuce. They do a joint on YouTube. I suggest y'all check them out. But Deuce said to my face, and I don't know if he was speaking to me specifically, but he said it while I was there. Right? He was like, "Yo, Detroit is tired of getting washed up by the Knicks in trades. They're not trading with New York no more." And I didn't even think about that until it was said by a Detroit fan. They're tired of getting washed up by Knicks and trade. Bro, legit, we traded them. Think about this. We traded them Quentin Grimes, bro.
Yeah.
We traded them Quentin Grimes and Malachi Flynn.
But they got Bogdan. Don't.
No, we got Bogey and we got Burks.
That was like an even trade.
For who?
Both sides.
Ribby, stop it, bro.
Hold on. All right. To be honest, I think we got fleeced. To be honest,
What?
Bro, you gotta relax, bro.
Ribby, Quentin Grimes averaged like 3 points with Detroit.
But hear me out. Listen, but we don't know how he's gonna like come out as far as
he don't even play for.
He's not there no more. He's on Dallas now.
I know that, but I'm just. But hear me out. You don't know if Dallas just give him the free, you know what I'm saying, like to average like a good 12 points, 13 points that we never seen him average. I'm just saying that.
He was
a
bad draft pick. He was trash. He gone. He on his goodbye.
Oh my God,
bro. Yo, that's my thing with Grimes. We drafted him. We gave him a lot of chances. He didn't pan out. He played for another team, bro. That's it, bro. Grimes. I can't even believe the Duran conversation switched to, bro. The man shot 21% from the floor in Detroit, bro. The man shot 14% from 3 in Detroit, bro. He a shooter. Fritz, what's good, bro?
Hey, what's going on?
Man, Ron trying to put a rock in my shoe. Yeah,
you guys window shopping.
Yeah,
it's like y'all window shopping.
Yeah, well, the thing, what happened is I had heard a bunch of narratives. One of them is something that you said. Remember when you mentioned that the Knicks are looking for a guy in that $16 to $18 million range? Remember that we had a conversation about
high salary center.
Yeah. Remember the high salary center conversation that we had about a week ago, and I looked at the Lauri Markkanen contract, and he makes $18 million.
Right? I don't think they would use it for the. I think they're looking to. They just want to be. I think they just want to be flexible going into next season. It's kind of like the Bogey thing, like how we did Bogey last year. Like you could flip him or you could cut him, or I think that's what they kind of want to do next season. If there's something big on the horizon, they have that flexibility. But there's just a couple people who kind of fit in there,
right?
But I think they just want. I think they want something flexible instead of just getting somebody cheap. Spend the money. Get somebody who's kind of like Bogey, where if they want to come back for less money, you could do that. If you see a trade you like in the summer, you could do that. Just a flexible piece.
What's up, Fritz?
Hey, what's going on?
See, I agree with that, but my whole thing. So when I say the whole thing about Jalen Duren and giving up picks. Obviously, given one of the picks, we would have to give back their Detroit pick. I'm sure they would want that, but the Knick pick wouldn't mean anything to them. My whole thing is if they would, flip that pick to another team that will most likely be around the late lottery, that gives them another chance at possibly getting a ping pong ball that lands them Cooper Flag. That's the only thing I'm thinking. Obviously, the Knick pick wouldn't do it. But you'd have to move that pick somewhere else in order to get a better pick back.
Yeah, I don't think anybody's moving 2020. Nobody's giving out unprotected next year. Nobody's giving out unprotected. And then, like OKC has like 5 picks next year. OKC is like they're OKC has like 5 picks next year. Nobody's giving up picks next year. Everybody's giving out protecteds.
You want to hear what I really think is going to happen and what I would be comfortable with? But it seems like Knicks fans currently are not on board with it. I'm fine with Mitchell Robinson being the starter of this team. And I believe in Mitchell Robinson to do what he can do if healthy. I know he's going to get hurt. It's just how hurt will he be? How much can you get out of him? But I would feel comfortable with the combination of Mitchell Robinson, Huck Porty, and Skapintsev. I really would. If they do it right and they use the guys in the rotations with the right pieces around them, how they put them out there. I think Huck Porty could help the team. I think Skipinstev could help the team. And, dare I say it, maybe even an improved, fundamentally more sound Jericho Sims might be able to contribute. I think the Knicks would be fine.
I don't know. I don't think they would. It's just the Knicks don't gamble. Like that's one thing the Knicks don't do. They don't gamble. You know how there's teams that it's like, oh, let's just throw it out there and see what happens. Like the Knicks don't do that. Throw it out there and see what happens. They're gonna have. I think they want something solid. Like I think they want somebody who's like, okay, I know if 20 games in, just like this year, if 20 games in, he falls apart, we're still fine.
I hear you. I mean, I agree that they would probably want that too, but I just don't. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, I would probably look at. Yeah.
Like Justo in the chat brought up Zach Collins. That's the type of guy that I wanted the Knicks to get before they got Hartenstein. And it just didn't fall into place. But he's the type of guy that I feel comfortable with. I like Zach Collins' game.
Yeah. Yeah, I think possibly Valanciunas. Like he just got signed, but they don't need him.
Yeah, I was thinking about that too.
But now that he just got signed, isn't it like isn't he like
you gotta wait?
Yeah, you gotta wait
3 months.
You gotta wait.
You gotta wait 3 months. But they signed him, and you see the amount of centers they have on that team. Like they don't need him.
That's true.
Yeah, so I'm totally lost, bro. Yeah, y'all lost me so much. I was in the other room listening. Wait a minute. You would trade for Valanciunas, who makes similar money to Lauri Markkanen. Y'all would legit wait patiently for a Valanciunas type guy instead of trading Lauri Markkanen and locking in your core for the next 4 years?
All right. Not to be funny, but Freezy, we already know Lauri Markkanen is not coming to the Knicks. Like how many picks you got to give to Jazz? Like, come on, Freezy. You have to probably add somebody, a player.
Right. What player would you add?
Oh, we don't have it. We don't have that player.
Exactly. So
they asked for they're asking Golden State for Gold Podziemski, and then picks on top of that. And
did you hear what the original offer was?
Yeah, they wanted all three young guys
and first round picks.
Yeah.
So that's the thing, Freezy. That's my point. That like I know we talk about it because it is conversation, and you know what? It's a realistic person that's out there. I don't think the Knicks can ever and you never say never, but in my mind, I just don't see the Knicks and Leon Rose trading with Danny Ainge. I don't know. I just don't see them ever really after the whole thing that happened with Donovan Mitchell. It would be crazy to me. It would be the same thing like what happened with Toronto with Ujiri. I would have to be like, wow. You know what I mean?
Right. So here's the thing. You've never seen Leon Rose trade with Danny Ainge. You've never even seen those two communicate with each other. Right? Like that never existed. What you saw was the Utah Jazz front office trying to negotiate with the New York Knicks front office, and Danny Ainge was away and Leon Rose was away. Right?
True.
And now what we're talking about to Danny Ainge is Danny Ainge, for all his Penguin type tendencies, and I mean Penguin from the DC cinematic universe, right? for all his penguin type tendencies, he never dealt with Leon Rose is probably the most powerful man in basketball, right? He's probably the most powerful entity in basketball, bro. Right? And legit, if we take a step back and realize who he is, right? Leon Rose can push the button to stop guys from he could stop Utah in their tracks. Right? It's not like Danny Ainge versus Rob Pelinka. Right? No, it's not that type of party.
He hasn't wielded that power. You know how like Clutch Sports says something goes and it kind of happens.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
They haven't done that with CAA yet.
But the thing is, we know CAA is bigger than Clutch by a wide margin. It's not even close.
Yeah.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
And you're talking about the guy, the head honcho of that, so to speak. Right. Mm-hmm. One of the things I think. So as a Knicks fan, we vastly underrate our place in the Knicks universe. Right? The reason why Randall took a reduced extension, CAA is powerful, bro. The reason why Jalen Brunson took that, CAA is powerful. The reason why Mikal Bridges made CAA, the connection is power. Leon Rose is a powerful guy, bro. And the thing about having power is the threat of the power, not when you use the power. Right, the threat of the power is always right. The thing, right, not the fact that you used it, because once you use it, people will know what you have. But when people don't know how far ranging and reaching you are, they fear what they don't know, right? And so the thing with Danny Ainge, in the grand scheme of things, is not a powerful team president. He is the guy that on certain occasions has something that other people want. There's never been a time in NBA history where we felt like Danny Ainge was the smartest or the most powerful. We always felt like Danny Ainge was the most opportunistic. Mm-hmm. Right? We never felt like Danny Ainge was Jerry West. Right? We never felt like Danny Ainge was R.C. Buford. Right? We never felt like Danny Ainge was Pat Riley. We always felt like, oh hell, Danny Ainge has the thing now. He just hard to deal with. Right? But we never felt like Danny Ainge was going to steal our free agents. Right? We never felt like Danny Ainge was going to mug somebody in a trade. We never felt like that. We always felt like Danny Ainge was the team president that wants to do that. But he was never that guy. The one big free agent that he got in Boston was, guess from where? Utah.
Mm-hmm.
That's who Danny Ainge is, not Leon Rose. I think if it comes down to a Leon Rose, Danny Ainge standoff, I think we win.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think just Markkanen is just too far fetched. It's too far fetched.
I don't think we have enough assets to get him.
Yeah, we just don't.
Yeah, that's my stand. I don't think we have enough assets to get him. Like, we don't have enough because we made the Mikal Bridges trade, right?
Yeah.
So, and here's the double down on Leon Rose. I heard the Nets team president say out of his own mouth, I saw it with my own eyes. Like, this is not something a source or a resource or secondary sourcing that we have to follow up and corroborate. I saw the Nets team president say, we are not rebuilding. We're going to build around Mikal Bridges. And 4 weeks later, Mikal Bridges is a New York Knick. I saw it. I saw it with my own eyes. This is not something that I got off the back pages of some obscure magazine. Nah. I saw him say that, and 4 weeks later, Mikal Bridges is a Knick. That lets me know one or two things, right? That when Leon Rose wants something, he's gonna get it. For one. and two, these front offices know that Leon Rose is a powerful executive. That's all I'm saying, bro. Ribby, you ain't even gonna share, bro. You selfish ass.
Nah, I was gonna say, going back on that Lauri Markkanen thing. What position he gonna play?
Markkanen?
Yeah.
Center.
Are you serious?
I'm
like, yo, he's gonna get 8 up at the center spot, and you
by
know
who?
that.
By who?
Joel Embiid gonna eat him up.
How many times you play Joel Embiid in a year?
It doesn't matter. I'm just saying. It's mad since that's gonna eat him up. Drummond's gonna just. It's like a good 10, 12
Bro,
centers that's gonna.
we're scared of, bro. You know, if you play Philly, right? Andre Drummond and Joel Embiid will be in that same game. So it's not like Andre Drummond, you're gonna lose to Embiid 4 times and Andre Drummond 4 times, bro. They play for the same team.
I know. I'm talking about other teams. Lauri at the center spot. I don't see that. Like, for real.
Yeah, you don't see a dude 7 foot 240 playing center.
No, it's not. It's not. I could see it, but I just know he's just gonna lose every match. Like, not every. I'm not gonna say every match, but a lot of times when we play them bigger teams, you're gonna be fooled. That's all I'm saying. And I don't think we need Lauri Markkanen, to be honest. I think that's just adding too much. Like, we got firepower. We just added OD firepower, which we don't need. We just need a center, in my opinion.
I hear what you're saying, Ribby, because the traditional, a guy like him, being at the center, playing against other bigs like that. But remember, Lauri Markkanen is a little different. He has that look like you think, he's just a soft big, but he plays strong, right? And he's not a rim protector, that we know. But the key with Lauri Markkanen, what makes him interesting is he does have good height, and he's a strong rebounder. There's other bigs out there that we can talk about. There's some of the best bigs in the league that don't rebound well, right? But he actually does rebound well. That's one. And two, remember, if Lauri Markkanen is at your center spot, that means whoever's guarding him got to come follow Lauri Markkanen. You know Lauri Markkanen is going to be on the perimeter, bringing Joel Embiid out, bringing Andre Drummond out. That means the paint is wide open for the Knicks. That's the key with Lauri Markkanen.
So basically, Mitch is going to be in the trade, right?
Well, I don't know about that. I mean, honestly, I don't think it would even matter, because like I said, I don't see them dealing with each other. But if it did happen, we'd have to give up more than I think we'd want to give up, and I don't think there's a point there, because the point is to strengthen your team, not weaken your team. So I don't know, but yeah, I think Mitch. They would I don't think they would want Mitch, but Mitch would have to be offered up in a scenario. But I don't think they would want Mitch. I don't think that's Danny Ainge's plan of going forward with his team. He'd probably want, obviously, picks and some good young talent that we still have on the roster. But I don't think we'd want to give that up. And going back to what Freezy mentioned before, even though I wouldn't do it, but I understand why a lot of things would start with OG Anunoby. It's not just about the fact that he's a really good player. The guy's 26 years old. He just turned 27. So he's still young. That's another big plus for him. So I just don't see the Knicks doing it because of that. Like what Freezy said and what Fritz would say, what Danny Ainge would want or what the team would want in return and what we'd have to give up. I just don't think we'd want to give up that.
Yeah. You would have to give up a lot. I think Okay, just if I'm playing it with it in my mind, what we would have to do is probably trade Deuce somewhere, get a pick for him, trade trade Robinson, see if somebody give us a pick for him, and get bad players, get a pick back, and then try to send 4 picks. You know what I mean? You would have to. It wouldn't be. It wouldn't be a one. It wouldn't be a straight swap. It would be trading some guys to get picks back to give to Danny Ainge.
Or Fritz. Or you can simplify that by just doing a 3 or 4 team trade.
Yeah, it would take 3 or 4.
Yeah,
with a lot of players moving around to get those picks.
You could reunite Mitchell Robinson with iHeart.
Or, in my opinion, just wait until Lauri is traded, if so, and then attack Kessler.
Right. That's one of the things. That's the origin of this conversation. Like if you have Danny Ainge on the phone about Walker Kessler, can you at least shop around and say, hey man, listen, y'all got a young point guard, y'all may be able to throw in here, or what's going on with Lauri? So Fritz, here's the thing that I think people are sleeping on, right? If Lauri Markkanen wants to sign that extension after April 6th,
yeah,
right, that means he can't be traded at the trade deadline, right?
Yeah, he's not going to sign it on the 6th. He's
Right.
gonna at least wait a day.
So he won't get traded, right?
Yeah.
After the deadline. But here's the thing. He can still be traded, right? He can still be traded. They still own his contract. So he can still be traded, but he will have a lesser value because then he's an expiring contract, right? So
actually, so right now they have like cap space. So what they want to do is take all that cap space, and instead of Lauri Markkanen get paid next year, pay him this year. Pay him starting this year.
Right.
And then if he does that, he can't. If he gets signs that after the 6th, he can't be traded till the summer.
Because he's
yes, extension plus it would be like a 4-year he would be signing for like 4 years, 4 or 5 years or whatever.
Let's see. I mean, it's interesting.
So this is what Utah, like, what people don't know is Utah bluffing? Is Utah bluffing to get the most return, or are they really going to pay him?
They don't.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Lauri Markkanen was never in their long-term plans. Right?
Mm-hmm.
They acquired him as an asset. The same thing they did with John Collins. Right? Same thing they did with Colin Sexton. They traded the same thing with Jordan Clarkson. They acquired these guys as assets because they know none of these guys are going to be none of these guys are going to be a top 10 player. And Utah, in Danny Ainge's mind, feels like they need at least one top 10 player in order to rebuild the Celtics model of one top 10 player and then a top 25 player and build around that.
Yeah.
Last year, I'm sorry.
No, like last year they weren't playing to win. So, and that's where Kessler was upset because they weren't playing to win and they were only playing him so many minutes. And then now you added what's the one?
Filipowski.
Now you added Filipowski, and people are looking like, okay, if Walker Kessler is so valuable to you, why did you add him? Why did you add another guy?
Right.
So maybe So maybe they're just bluffing to see what they can get out of people and move those two. Because what if they have some decent players? What if they made the play in? That doesn't really help them. That doesn't help them at all.
Right. Right. And you know who they drafted in the first round last year? Taylor Hendricks, another tall power forward with a diversified skill set.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they got way too many.
Right. You know what they didn't address? They addressed it now. They addressed it point guard and small forward now. They addressed it in this draft.
Oh, they had Keontae George. Keontae George is nice.
Yeah, and they're trying to figure out. But you know what I saw last year? They had a lead, and thank you, League Pass. Let me shout out League Pass, because League Pass legit shuts down weird narratives. You get the opportunity to actually watch things happen, right? Like 2 years ago when I was watching the Toronto Raptors, people were saying that OG Anunoby was injury prone, and I watched Toronto openly tank. Right, I saw them. I watched the RJ Barrett game when RJ Barrett was cooking, and they sat him so that they can lose. I saw it. Right, I saw the Quickly game where Quickly had like 5 assists in the second quarter, and they sat Quickly and put Scotty Barnes back at point guard. I saw it. Right, so shout out League Pass for allowing us to watch games. The thing with Walker Kessler is Walker Kessler has the potential to be a top 10 center in the NBA, right? That's what he has the potential to be. But not offensively, but as a balanced center. Walker Kessler has the potential to be 14 and 11, 3 blocks a game. He's got that potential, right? But Utah don't need that right now, bro, because Filipowski could wind up. Not Filipowski, but Cooper Flagg has the potential to be a top 10 player in the league. Bro, he played against the Olympic team and was killing them as an 18-year-old. Right? So if you're Utah, do you pass up the possibility for making a run at Cooper Flagg just to keep Lauri Markkanen happy? No, of course you don't.
No, Danny Ainge believes definitely in getting cornerstone pieces. He saw what it's done for Boston, which is his blueprint, and that's something he's going to continue to try to do. And Cooper Flagg would be a big get for that team.
Yep. Because they would replace Walker Kessler and Lauri Markkanen in a heartbeat with Filipowski and Cooper Flagg. In a heartbeat, bro.
True.
Yeah. So what does that mean for the Knicks then?
This is I think the overall sentiment is that people don't trust Mitchell Robinson, right? And the backup core of unproven centers that they have. So I just think it comes down to what can you afford to give up? What's the most reasonable type of trade scenario that the Knicks might be able to pull off? And honestly, it may not be getting that guy that you can depend on to be a backup and a starter. There might be a twinge in like a fringe type player that possibly can elevate to a starter role. But I just think that's kind of where the Knicks are, because they don't have a lot of asset value right now that they can give up or that they're willing to give up. So maybe I honestly think the best trade partner for the Knicks is a Charlotte. You do have the possibility that if Utah moves Lauri Markkanen, then maybe the Walker Kessler stuff does become something that can be revisited. So that works. But outside of that, I honestly think Charlotte is the best possible trade partner for the Knicks. They've got 2 big men over there, and we could take either one of those guys that would help the team.
or both.
Well, or both.
Or both. I mean, you know.
Yeah, I like that scenario because it seems like those guys, would be something that they could get. Charlotte is in flux over there. They're still trying to figure out who they are.
Right.
They've gone through a lot.
Okay, so I'm gonna give my opinion on Charlotte. Right. Charlotte, Charles Lee and them guys are gonna build Charlotte in the mold of the Boston Celtics. So he's from that coaching tree, right? And the thing about Charlotte, and I hear this down here, Charlotte doesn't want to be the Portland Jailblazers persona. Right? They don't want to be the Portland Jailblazers. Remember the Jailblazers from back in the day? They don't want to have that persona, right? And they've secretly, well, not secretly, but the best kept secret in the NBA is Charlotte is going down that road. Like when stuff happens in the NBA, it's their draft pick Book Knight getting a DUI because he fell asleep in a Lamborghini at a red light. Right? It's guys like getting arrested, tainting the image, and all that stuff in Charlotte. And so they want to do that. So and for those that don't believe it, Charlotte changed ownership. They completely changed their front office and they completely changed their coaching staff. Right? That is the epitome of cleaning house. The owner's gone, the management's gone, the coaching staff is gone.
And that's the reason they got Taj as well.
Right. And that's the reason why you bring in a high character veteran like Taj Gibson. Right. So for the Charlotte situation, Charlotte wants to win, but they don't want to win at all costs. Charlotte wants to build a sustainable winning product and have a squeaky clean public image. Right? That's what they want. Right? And it's not, and this is like not news, because I think all NBA franchises probably want that. I think Charlotte is doubling, tripling, and quadrupling down on that. They want people to know, they want to be fan friendly. And Jay Boogie and myself, Rob the Nick, and a bunch of us, when the Knicks go to town, we go to Spectrum Center because, for one, the experience there is an outstanding basketball product, right? It's an outstanding basketball product. Now, the products on the floor, not so much. The entertainment in the arena, definitely. Little babies getting face paint, picture booth, food is fantastic, all of that stuff, right? But here's the thing. With all that said, if you're Charlotte and a team offers you draft picks so that you can continue your rebuild, do you turn down an exorbitant draft pick package for Mark Williams and Nick Richards? And for the record, Nick Richards, the backup, makes about the same amount of money as the starter, Mark Williams. So you're talking about $16 million. Fritz, is there a world where the Knicks have enough compensation to pay both of those guys, or pay for those guys?
Oh yeah, the money is an issue.
Right. What about the trade compensation though? Is what I mean.
Yeah, I heard they really like Mark Williams.
Yeah,
like really that's their guy. That's their guy.
Right. No doubt. In order to get Mark, in my opinion, and I know this is going to sound crazy, right? In my opinion, Mark Williams is the combination of Khalil Ware and Derek Lively combined with what you get from Jalen Duren. Right. So he's like Jalen Duren body, but at 7 foot, 7'1" right? So he's got the Jalen Duren body, but he can do the stuff that Khalil Ware and Derek Lively does, right? But his motor, of all the skills that he has, his motor is the most impressive. Like, he is like Isaiah Hartenstein and Mitchell Robinson on Red Bull, right? That's the type of motor that cat has. super hard every second while he's on the floor. And for those that want to know what Mark Williams' numbers look like, Mark Williams is 13 points a game, 10 rebounds a game in 27 minutes, less than 27 minutes a night. So he's 13. The dude grabs 4 offensive rebounds a night in less than 27 minutes a night. And if that don't impress you, you are not easily impressed. Right? And so the question, I know what people are going to ask, well, can he shoot? Well, he shoots 65% from the floor on 8 shots a game. He shoots 72% from the free throw line. So does he have touch? He's a big that's a volume rebounder that hits his free throws. That tells it all right there. Because historically, volume rebounders don't shoot the basketball well. Right? They don't hit free throws well. The dudes that have the physical traits to be a high volume rebounder, like Michael Cage, Wilt Chamberlain, Mitchell Robinson, Andre Drummond, those type of guys that rebound at a high level, generally shoot free throws in the high 50s, low 60s, maybe less. Bill Russell, one of the best rebounders ever, I think he shot less than 50% from the free throw line. And Mark Williams is shooting 72% from the free throw line.
I like him. I think he works.
Yeah.
That's you don't need a lot like that. That's you just need a guy who's gonna be solid out there and give you what you expect from a center. That's it. You don't need everybody doesn't have to be Joel Embiid or the Joker. You don't need that. This team got a lot of weapons on it already.
Right. And for the record, him and Jalen Duren, both, right, are giving you what both Knicks centers gave you last year, right? About 13 points, 12 rebounds. Mark Williams is giving you almost that production by himself in less than 27 minutes. Right. And so Fritz, the reason why I brought all of that stuff is the reason why I brought it all up is because I think as Knicks fans, we don't know what we're missing because we don't know what we're missing. Right? It's like I'm gonna assume that Fritz is a family man. Maybe he has 8 or 9 kids, right? I'm just gonna assume that, right? Because he seems like a nice guy, like family guy, whatever, right?
Nah, no kids.
Relax, Fritz. I ain't trying to tell all your business, bro. I ain't trying to. But I'm saying, Fritz, it's Fritz. You remember when you brought the baby home from the hospital, you fed the baby food and all that stuff, and then the first time the baby got the opportunity to get a Happy Meal, and like the little sweet snack was in the Happy Meal or whatever, and you tried to give for instance, you tried to give the baby a cookie, and the baby felt the texture of the cookie. It's like, I don't want to eat it. I don't want it. And then you eat this damn cookie. And the baby finally eat the cookie like, no, I don't want it. Oh, wait a minute. That is delicious. Why weren't you giving me cookies before? And you like, little baby, you only a year old, man, you know? And so I think that's the thing with the Knicks. Like Knicks fans, we don't know, or for the past few years, we were not in a situation where we had a center, one guy that could get you 13 points, 10 rebounds, and maybe an assist and a half per game. Mitch don't get you assists like that. Right? So there is a world out there where you can add a complementary piece without disrupting the apple cart. But since we've seen a certain archetype of center for so long, anytime we see anything outside of our normal archetype at center, it amazes us, i.e. Isaiah Hartenstein.
Yeah, most of the names, most of the like those big names, you're gonna have to give up Randall for most of these big names somehow, or work with
Why
a
not? Why
few
not give up
teams.
Brunson? Right. Why not give up Brunson? I mean, who's got the better resume?
Yeah, but I think, yeah, I think August 6th is that. It's just that I think that's when it'll become clear.
Yeah.
I think
Okay.
that's just when it becomes clear that they'll have to pick a side. They'll either they'll pay him, and then everybody just goes back to, and then they'll have to do something with the roster. Like they'll
Are
have
you
to
talking about Utah or the Knicks?
Utah will have to do something with their roster. Because you're not going to pay him all that money and then you're just tanking.
Right. Right. No, they're not going to pay that man, bro.
Yeah.
In my mind, I don't think they're. I don't think they're. And then at the same time, if we're talking about the writing being on the wall with certain franchises,
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
No, I said even if they want to pay him, they probably have to clear out a little bit more money. Yeah, they probably have to clear out a little bit more money because right now they have like 32 million, and he's like right now like a $40 million player. Like
Markkanen is probably a max
Markkanen.
player. Yeah, Markkanen is probably
Yeah.
a max player based
Yeah.
on the current market of what a max player is.
Yeah. So I mean, 32 may not be enough, and then cutting that's maybe when they will get rid of Kessler. Maybe that's how they get that money opened up.
Because Walker Kessler is extension eligible right now. That's another thing people don't talk about.
He's eligible too.
Right.
The Knicks have their exception for like 5.2.
Right.
So the Knicks could literally just give them picks and no players, and then take him.
Wow. I think I might clip that and put that. You mind if I clip that and put that out there? If I attribute it to the NBA Economy Show?
Hey, no problem.
Okay.
Yeah, because you can use those new exceptions just like their trade exceptions.
Okay. Well, that's all I got, everybody. I gotta get out of here and do some. I gotta go back under the boss man's thumb for a little while, man, and
Don't we all?
Yeah.
Don't we all?
That's my existence, bro. Exist under somebody else's thumb. It's not really fun, but it's necessary. Because Friday mornings feel good. You know what I'm saying? When unless if you're Ribby and you're just a young rich bachelor living in the city.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying, man? The world is your oyster. And all of that stuff. You could take 9 showers a day and all that stuff, man. Stay fresh. So let me say. So I want to say thank you to the Still Knicks Fans YouTube channel for allowing Ron to come through and hang out with us. I want to say thank you to NBA Economy Show YouTube channel and social media presence for allowing Fritz Alcindor to come through, representing for both of those channels, coming through and talking that talk the way that we like to have that talk to us. Thank you for everybody else that came through and was on the panel. I hope you guys enjoyed the show. I'm going to try to be a little bit more consistent this week because I'm not for sure how next week and the following weeks are going to be, being under somebody's thumb. So thank y'all again for rocking with us. Fritz, when's the next time you coming on, bro?
This week I'll be on. Next week I start my 9 to 5 again. Starting next week. But yeah, I'll be on. Yeah, got to do it.
Yeah.
Gotta do it.
Yeah. So yeah, man, I feel you. I feel you. Ron, you coming on tonight, bro?
Yes, sir. I'll be on tonight at 9 p.m. Should be a really fun show. We got Alan Hahn on.
Okay.
So tune in if you want to, hear the conversation, see how it all shakes out.
So Alan Hahn to be on. Okay. That's dope, bro. That's dope. I'm sure you already have questions. And Han's a talker, bro. You don't have to ask him nothing, right?
we usually have some really good banter. I
Okay.
say usually because we did interview him in the past, and that show was one of the best interviews we've done. So I'm looking forward to a repeat of that.
Okay. Well, tell Han and everybody, we appreciate them and all that stuff. And you guys make sure that you tune in. And if I can remember when you go on, I'll try to put the link in on my community page to remind everybody to come check y'all out. And
Appreciate you, brother.
Yeah, that way we can put the bat signal up so that we can support each other, bro, and things like that. So, and I appreciate the fact that y'all are willing to listen to dialogue and agree and disagree and not take any of that stuff personally. It's just conversation.
Yeah, well, that's the problem when I come on your show, Freezy, because we be having differences of opinion. By the time the show's over, you be having me on your side. So I gotta.
Nah, bro. I listen to you. I listen to you a lot, and I appreciate the depth of intellect and reason, right? Because a lot of Knicks content creators just want to be right, like the perception of being right all the time drives them. And I appreciate you and Fritz Alcindor for being reasonable and exchanging dialogue and listening and contributing to the conversation, because the conversation, having a robust conversation, is more important for the listeners and the supporters of these channels, more so than Uncle Freezy being right. Right. So and I say that humbly, man. I really appreciate y'all coming through and hanging out with me. And I appreciate King Ribby, showing his face and all that stuff too. So, salute everybody. We gonna get out of here, man. Thank y'all for rocking, man. Peace, everybody.
Right. Later, y'all.
Han, man. So you got Han on again? Wow. How did that come about? Did he just hit you up out of the blue, or were you just consistent with it?
Nah, I'm just